my friends. This is Kathleen from Be Again Books, and I'm pleased to finally have a journal to show you. I know it's been a long time since I had one that I could post on Etsy, and I really love this one. She's kind of small, just 2 signatures, but I loved this color. So the name is Carmina, and yeah, she's just really very feminine and very vintage. So here's just a pretty book page of Berlin. Yeah, and a little fancy fold here. Just some vintage notebook paper that I found in an old notebook, and this pretty vintage envelope. And I have a little charm here that says wish on this ruffle, a couple of little bound-in tags. Green is just singing to me these days. Pumpkin pie or pudding, little recipe there. Someone, Marianne, took a lot of trouble to type that out. Vintage calendar page and pretty garden book page. I love this little sanded paint chip, and it's the tag in this little hidden journaling tag, floating tag there. Avocado dyed paper. This is a triple pocket. I think of it as my Teresa LaFrenz pocket because she is the maker that I first saw this. It's just an overlapping pocket, and so I just have these little pieces of ephemera here in the back. All 3 of them. This one is kind of tight. I will have to put that back in later. I've used this pretty stamp on many of the pages in here, and I really like that. Here's just a little squashed tag with the butterfly. And just another little butterfly journal paper. This is a flip out. There's a little top tuck with just some scrappy papers. Southern Railway System. And a little vintage receipt. Here's a little full back pocket and a slide, a guest check, a little collage. It's the other part of that pretty garden. And the vintage calendar, a little bow there, and another flip out. Here's the second signature. It has this pretty charm, a leaf, some pretty sari silk there. This is cabbage dyed paper from my friend Isabel. There's some pretty Jane Austen-ish ladies walking in their garden. Here's just a large cluster pocket, and a couple of, there's a tag, and this is something from Dad, love from Dad, and the next Dad. Dad must have signed it after Mom signed it. Anyway, the Fresden Cafe, and lots of room here on the back. I love just kind of wondering about people who wrote these old letters. I love like finding old letters to use. Here's another butterfly. Just got some glossy accents on that one. And this is an over-the-page journal card. So decorated on one side. And then just this little journal card there. This is some vintage paper. Little tab there. This is the divider from an old cookbook. This one's relishes. And a little pocket here. I think it looks like that one's glued down. Just a flyleaf paper from Reader's Digest. There's that stamp again. There's this little ledger notebook. This is that fun pocket. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe we made this together. I don't know. But yeah. This is one of those flip envelopes. I have a video where we did this that I'll try to link that below. So there's just a pocket there. There is a pocket here in the envelope. So that's a double pocket. Then I put this fun upholstery fringe there on this. I think that's pretty. Yeah. There's just a little corner pocket here, tuck. And I've just used this, looks like 1977 receipt. Lots of room there to write. And it can just either tuck behind or on top, whichever you like. On this side, I've got prescription and old-fashioned recipes for brown bread and date and nut bread, orange raisin gems. That tucks in there. This makes a tight pocket. If you fold this out, the pocket becomes looser, but there's that pretty cabbage dyed paper again, thanks to my friend Isabel. The last two pieces of ephemera. It's a napkin decoupage here in this pretty pocket. I've used these dictionary pages for the front and back cover inside. And then, of course, my beaded closure. I will list this on Etsy, so you can find the link down in the description box. Thanks so much for being with me. I appreciate your time, always. I will see you again with a new project.